A legendary karate master is returning in an epic new brawler. A new horror game featuring a spooky house full of murderous puppets was announced, and an unexpected sequel is also on the horizon. That's not even the biggest news of this week. Welcome everyone to I Dream of Indie Games. My name is Old Gamer Joe, and these are the top indie game news stories for the week that was July 15th through the 19th. And as always, we thank you so much for supporting independent content here at the channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to keep up with all the latest indie gaming news, reviews, and so much more, or head over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames to gain Discord access, early shows, free games, so much more. Lastly, we stream every Tuesday and Thursday here or at twitch.tv/idreamofindiegames. Either way, your new indie gaming community is waiting for you. First up this week is a story that broke last weekend, but I had to report on it here because the game just looks that awesome. Wax on, wax off, because the Karate Kid Street Rumble is coming to PC and consoles on September 20th of this year. Take on the original trilogy in this great-looking beat-em-up that allows for solo play and up to 4 players. Players will see memorable locations from the films, all while bashing heads to sick pixel art and an epic chiptune soundtrack. Street Rumble will feature 12 levels, taking you everywhere from Topanga Beach to the Cobra Kai Dojo itself. Master various combos and moves while taking down classic villains such as Johnny Lawrence and Terry Silver. Who will you select? Daniel, Kumiko, Ali, or Mr. Miyagi? You'll have a bit of time to make that decision before the game launches, again, September 20th. Horror fans, are you ready for more spooks this year? Well, good news, Puppet House has been announced. This title will feel a bit more like an escape room than other horror games within this genre, but I'm okay with that, something a little bit different. Players will control a detective named Rick, who's tasked with unraveling multiple missing persons cases. Evidence leads him to the house of a ventriloquist, and the frights begin from there. Tapping into 90s horror nostalgia, the game will delve into jump scares while featuring various puzzles for you to solve. Oh, and there's a puppet that will constantly be hunting you down. Will you be able to survive this House of Horrors when it launches later this year? We shall see. As someone who really enjoyed the original game, this next piece of news was very exciting for me. Nocturnal is getting a sequel, and it's said to be coming in 2025. Heading to Switch and PC, this 2D Metroidvania will offer up even more flaming hot action. If you never played the original, one of the biggest mechanics was lighting your sword on fire to explore dark areas. Hell, you can light a lot of things on fire. Really cool game, and it doesn't take long. Either way, it seems like this mechanic will continue to be a part of the sequel. Sunnyside Games are saying this will be a much larger game, and it will also be non-linear, hosting many new secrets, abilities, and enemies for you to take down. It also sounds like the game will take that same great art direction, but we don't have a trailer just yet. Pablo and Luna are headed to Xbox, Switch, and PC on September 12th. That's right, Medallion Games alongside Super Rare Originals have announced the release date for Grapple Dogs, Cosmic Canines. As someone who enjoyed the original Grapple Dog game, I'm excited to see where this franchise is going next. They are saying the game will feature plenty of challenges and puzzles, and oh yeah, no shortage of grappling. Platforming fans can expect new abilities, worlds, hidden collectible items, secrets, bosses, bonus levels, and a sweet, sweet soundtrack. This game will launch at a sweet price of $17.99 here in North America. Moving right along, Maximum Entertainment has revealed a brand new character for 2v2 co-op fighter Diesel Legacy, the Brazen Age, which will release later this year. The character Damkina was shown off in a new trailer and looks both beautiful and deadly. Another character, Saga, was also teased at. Damkina is going to be playable at the EVO Fighting Tournament July 19th through the 21st. Diesel Legacy The Brazen Age looks to put a bit of a twist on the traditional fighting game formula with those 2v2 local and online co-op matches available. It'll also feature a 3-lane fighting system, varied stages, and real match netcode, which should make for a lag-free experience, hopefully. There will even be a story mode when the game launches on PC and all major consoles. One of the most disturbing games ever will now chill console players to the bone. The Mortuary Assistant is celebrating 2 years of release by heading to Xbox consoles and PlayStation consoles with lovely gameplay refinements. Well, I probably shouldn't say anything is lovely about the Mortuary Assistant. If you've played it, you know. Play as Rebecca Owens, who's trying to gain a bit of experience at Riverfield's Mortuary. She'll gain an experience, all right. This Mortuary Assistant is in for a nightmare. Get ready for demons and lots of nasty hands-on work that I won't get into here. While this game is gross, it has a loyal following, and I'm glad more players will now be able to experience it for themselves. A fairy bullet hell romp is coming to the Nintendo Switch now. Touhou Hero of Ice Fairy has been announced for 2024. This is a bullet hell shooter that is a Touhou Project fan game which will be published by Phoenix and developed by Game Pulse. We actually got to meet the nice folks over at Phoenix this past PAX East. Very kind folks, just a little side note there. Rescue a kidnapped princess as Cerno. You'll travel what is known as the Bunny Train, blasting away at enemies with insane patterns in your path. You'll need to rely on your reflexes, which isn't good news for me, if you hope to survive. Build up a courage meter through attacking, and take in the beautiful lo-fi soundtrack through a full arcade mode, or practice up in, well, practice mode. The game will support English language as well as simplified Chinese. October is looking like a great month in the indie gaming scene, and it just got a little bit better with the release date for Streets of Rogue 2 being announced. This much-anticipated sequel will now be hitting the road on October 22nd, so it has seen a little bit of a delay, and it's going to begin its journey in early access. Coming from Matt Dabrowski and Tiny Build, players can expect a fully connected open-world experience where the fun could theoretically never end. More insane weapons than the previous game will be available, along with even more characters and ways to play. It sounds like this new release date will help the game go through further playtesting, which is always a good thing. And just what happened here at I Dream of Indie Games? Did you miss it this week? Well, don't worry, I got you covered there too. First up, like every other Monday, we had upcoming indie games, and there was a whopping 26 games released this week, so you're gonna want to check that video out for sure. Remember, Patreon members at the legend tier and above will always get that show early and ad and sponsor free too. Following that, our review of the eagerly anticipated Metroidvania Gestalt Steam and Cinder went live from yours truly. Find out if it's the next Metroidvania game to add to your collection. We'll have links to all of these in the description box below, by the way. And if that's not enough for you, we've got another Metroidvania game. Our review of Bow, Path of the Teal Lotus is also live right now. Or are you more of a classic NES fan? Well, we've got you covered there too in Acid Catfish's full review of Fallen Leaf. And then there was a unique platforming puzzle-ish game that hit the channel this week. Yes, Silent Signs has a complete breakdown of Shim, so step out of the shadows and go check that review out too. Lastly, a Golden Genie Lamp winner, you won't want to miss our full review of the excellent Dungeons of Hinterberg. As you can see, we never stop fighting for indie visibility here at the channel, and thank you so much for being a brave indie warrior and supporting independent content. See you all next week. Have a great weekend.